Hi guys, it's Will here again. This time on this video, I'm going to explain why I moved all the way from Scotland, Edinburgh, all the way down to Weymouth, England, 475 miles away. So on day one, I just started unpacking things, the usual things you do when you move to a new place is just unload everything and pack everything in. I met the landlord. She was a nice Indian lady who was born in England. Yeah, she was a nice lady, a lady in her 60s, I believe. She had kids, two kids, one son and one daughter who had moved out of her home. So she was renting her rooms to tenants, basically. So, so before I started the new job, I decided I had one day to spend for myself. So I went around the town centre of Weymouth. There's this nice clock tower near the centre that overhangs the beach, and the town itself was very busy. This was the peak of summer, very hot. Even though I was walking, I was sweating, but yeah, I enjoyed it. On the day of my first day at work, I dressed up smart, took some time, looked at myself in the mirror, and drove all the way to the place that I thought was my first day at work. It turns out I went to their branch in Portland, which is a little island very south of Weymouth. Actually, it's just connected to Weymouth. So they sent me back to the place that I was meant to go to, which is a place called Dorchester. So the job itself is actually a property manager, not an estate agent. You probably thought it was an estate agent, but it's a property manager. So I met the director and I met a person who was going to be supervising me. We'll call him Neil. That's the guy in the black suit. So Neil himself was a guy in about his 50s. He took me to homes. The homes themselves were gorgeous. Some of them were close to £1 million. Once we're in the homes, we inspected them just to see if they were clean, if the tenants had left any damages. We checked out the readers of the meters as well, and then we would talk about it throughout the car journey towards the other properties as well. Neil himself was a guy that liked to talk a lot and just basically wouldn't stop talking. Once we got back, we basically wrote up the report on our findings of the home itself, doing finding what faults there are and if the tenant had left any damages as well. And then each morning we'll have a morning meeting with the team itself from Dorchester and Portland branch. After the meeting, after a while, they were confident enough for me to go solo to places, to properties, to check out the homes where people were renting and checking out. And I had to do inspections by myself to see if there was anything wrong with the homes. After a while, it did get a little bit exhausting, I won't lie. Bear in mind, this is my first time trying to be a property manager. Sometimes I had tenants arguing with me. Sometimes I felt really exhausted just finishing work and going back to work at the office. Yeah, a lot of the times I got back to the office feeling very tired and a bit drained. But you know what? That's in every job. Um, there was one time though where I parked just outside work at the back where were meant to park, and one of the bosses. So I've got two bosses. The lady on the left here was the one who had hired me. The gentleman on the right, he, for some reason, had it in for me from day one. So apparently, one day when I got into work, I parked in his car park space, and he was not happy. He told me to move it straight away, but you know what? The lady boss had told me it was okay to park there. So, I mean, I wasn't at fault entirely, was I? Anyways, folks, from that day, I basically spoke to Neil, asked for more help, and just asked for more support basically on the sort of things I was struggling with as a property manager for the first time. He understood what it would feel like being a first timer as a somebody that's in that industry. So at the end of the day, I got to visit beautiful homes, met some great people like Neil and the other manager who had basically employed me. At the end of the day, folks, the point is trying something new, giving it a go, and if you're really struggling, ask for help and just trying your best basically to get out of your comfort zone. And that's what I did with this experience as a property manager. And next time, I'll explain what I did next to get out of my comfort zone.